Karibu sana for this conversation. It's a pleasure to be very candid with you as well as we meet here in Homabay County at the Devolution Conference, and we are trying to understand how counties are very prepared already, even not prepared for investments, and especially from the private sector. Karibu, and please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Josephine. My name's Flora Mbesta Chibule, the Deputy Governor of Kilifi County, who also sits as the chair of the investment conference in Kilifi County. We have a committee. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. So that also gives us quite a privilege because we will be able to touch on how Kilifi and how the committee particularly has helped Kilifi County to prepare itself to receive investments, but also touch on some of the investments and partnerships that you already have with the private sector. And on that, you can start on the first question to understand, at the moment right now, how ready is Kilifi County for investments from the private sector?
Among so many other counties, big and small, and counties which are rich with what they have, I feel Kilifi is a county like not like any other. We are there's so much in it. Apart from the fact that we are the ones who have almost the longest coastline, so in terms of blue economy, we are there. But it's also a county that it has rich resources from minerals. The agricultural, 52% of it is arable land, and the rest are fishermen. But also we are looking at the leadership currently under His Excellency Gideon Maitha Mng'aro. It's not about a political goodwill. We've made a political choice to ensure that we are business ready. There's ease of doing business. We are looking at, we already have existing investors, around 89 in Kilifi, from big to small, from textile apparels to health revitals to oil, Pwani and Vita oils, to fruits, mealy fruits, and equator, to limestone. I mean, we have the biggest cement company, Mombasa Cement,
Yes.
Simba Cement, and all those building materials that we have. So initially, those are investors who already are in Kilifi County. And of course, when investors come in, they are looking for these things like how is the water, how is the renewable energy, so that they could continue thriving. So it was very important for us, Mng'aro and myself, to sit fast with the already existing investors. Get to know, because some of them came even before devolution. How has been their journey? Are there any things that where there were hitches as far as leadership is concerned?
Yeah, and that you can prioritize.
For county's sake, we also want to know, much as you're tapping into the resources of Kilifi County,
what is it in it for you?
What is it for us? Because counties have their cries on health, on education, and things like that. So our first thing was to have roundtable meetings. First, all of them together, then in clusters. Those who are in health, those who are in education, those who maybe are in manufacturing. So we teamed up to have, because we also want to have an aftercare. Because it's one thing to have investors
come in and set up and be sustainable.
More, but are the ones who are there happy to continue staying? So that is very key. Yes.
Okay. And you've mentioned about renewable energy. I know also Kilifi County is very big on agro processing, but also being at the coastline, we are talking about the blue economy as well. But looking at all those that you have mentioned, what is the top of your priority at the moment when it comes to, if you were to call an investor right now, come to Kilifi County, what would be your, this is where we would want you to prioritize your investments?
Well, currently, right now, we want on renewable energy.
Okay.
It's very key. Though, as far as investment is concerned, we can't say number one, because I don't know. That's a very tough question for me because I'll tell you one thing.
Okay.
We have the airport in Malindi. We really want to expand it so that we have international flights there.
Coming in.
Malindi is known for its tourism, both in Malindi and Watamu. So what is really big for us, because that is one of the ways in which majority of our people in Kilifi, it's their livelihood. That's where they get their daily bread. But then, apart from just having pristine beaches and all those other historical sites we are looking at having conference facility.
Okay.
So to us, we are like yesterday, if an investor came who is ready to have conference facilities, and we have, by the way, we have we call them stalls, or during COVID,
Yes.
just said we had Malindi was thriving in tourism, but now the tourism have shifted to Watamu.
Okay.
So we have hotels which are just ruins.
Dying.
Yeah. And we were feeling we already have space. Kilifi already have land. In fact, we have virgin land from Malindi going towards Ngomeni,
Okay.
just before the borders of Tana River, facing the beach, which has not been exploited. So for us, we feel we have the capacity. We have big hotels. They could just tap on those names and have one of their own in Kilifi. To us, that is going to be very major.
Okay.
Very major as far as exposing Kilifi to the world is concerned.
So a lot of destination marketing as well, a lot of collaboration. And I'm just wondering at this point, for instance, from the Kenya Private Sector Alliance, how do we help you tap into that potential that you feel it's immediate, it's there, it needs to be exploited, but we really need this help from the private sector?
Of course, with KEPSA, you guys are very good on the marketing part. And what you guys need is, for counties, we need you come in, read what we want, what is in it for us, what is it that we want as Kilifi County,
yes.
And you as the private sector, what is it that you can on board? Then of course you are the people to tell us you need to move on this direction. For example, should we tap on existing names? Like Mombasa, the famous hotel is Pride Inn. If you could have a Pride Inn in Kilifi, okay. These big hotels in Nairobi, if you could have one of that. I remember when we had our investment conference last year in December, we also talked to these facilities, the mines facilities, whereby how could we have these conferencing facilities and things like that. And it's not about the conferencing facilities. There's so much as far as tourism, as far as the historical part of Kenya. When we're talking of the freedom fighters in Kenya, we have Katilili, we have marine parks, we have the sand dunes. When you talk of Dubai, sand dunes are there.
Yeah.
And when you talk of the birds, we have falconry of birds, we have the butterflies, we have snake parks.
And very rich in culture. It's a combination.
We have the Arabuki Sokoke, which, as we speak, was the first one that got UNESCO.
Yes.
Now we have Gede ruins. And then, of course, we have unmatched minerals, which can be used to get people
tapping into
it. And we feel when you guys come in, you're not only bringing the expertise, but also the marketing tools, and also telling us what is it that you need, that from the county part of view, we could collaborate.
That will now help to bring that vision and that opportunity to life.
Exactly.
And speaking of that, even as we come to the end of this conversation, which we would continue, is from the moment that yourself and the governor has been in this leadership position, what are the innovations that you feel you have done that you're very proud of, and especially how have you brought in also the young people to bring these innovations to life? With that, even as you give your final words.
For me, it was a game changer when we were able to feed the early childhood, when we got almost 30,000 new admissions to school. So we have a good feeding program for the vocational training colleges. We've put systems whereby we can track what is happening in each vocational training center and what other causes we've brought on board. On the health factors, we are more on the diagnostic, bringing in the software to ensure that health, anyone accessing the level 4 hospitals across all the 7 sub-counties can actually have MRI done to them. They can actually get dialysis done on them. Actually dialing a number 1535, and wherever you are going to have access ambulances which are free of charge. Your emergencies will be seen and things like that. But more importantly, it is bringing the people closer to us. One thing that we have really been able to do is sit down one-on-one with our people. Devolution is now on the 13th year now, but we don't have a county headquarters. We are now on the 4th floor building it, and that to us is something
that you are proud of.
We are proud of.
Yes.
It's something we are proud of, and the fact that health, we are able to ensure that right at the grassroots level, people can access a level 2 hospital. To us, is something very major.
So a healthy people, a healthy county, a healthy country.
And that is it. And the women.
Yes.
One important thing, Kilifi County Governor has really brought the women fraternity into leadership. For the first time, I'm the first woman deputy governor. Mawaziris, 5 female, 5 male. And and it goes down to that. And it has also helped us in ensuring that the women fraternity, from period poverty, from GBV, we ensure that we have safe spaces for some of these children or youths or women who maybe are battered and what have you. We cannot say where it is, but at least we have such facilities. And we are very grateful that we are able to make sure devolution is working
for the people.
So there's so much, and we believe we can still tap in more. And of course, with agro-processing, today, value addition is the way to go. With the cashew we have, with the coconut we have, but through that coconut, apart from the juice, we can have wine, we can have oil, and toothpicks, roofing materials. So I believe when we bring all of us on board, there are so many things that we are able to do. And for the first time, we've put an innovation hub, which is chaired by a youth. And I believe that's the way to go nowadays. So I'm so very grateful for what the private sector is doing. And I believe each and every county is going to open up their doors to ensure what you want and what we want is aligned.
Yes.
And
Thank you very much for your time, for the insights, and I'm really excited to see how then for further that the county government will go in Kilifi. And all the best in your leadership. You're doing an amazing job, and keep at it. Thank you so much for having me.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you.